flakiness, some would call it being a diva. But when you're good, it's not bragging. And elite wide receivers and the confidence they exude often permeates an entire team, and we're going to see a couple of examples of that in this one. Welcome, everyone, to the home of the Auburn Tigers, Jordan-Hare Stadium. As we'll see a team looking to make it back to the CFP this year, the LSU Tigers, taking on the 15th ranked team in the land, the Auburn Tigers. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Time to get this game started. LSU ready to kick it away to get things started. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25.
On the double. Double right. Jackrabbit.
Back to pass, it's Holstein. Get it out on the screen. He breaks a tackle. And that one looked great on the grease board, but when they blow it up like that, the defense is going to win every time.
Hey, on offense, you got to know when the play's over. That one there, nowhere to go with it after he caught the football. You start trying to juke guys. You start trying to run backward. This ain't high school anymore. I mean, you used to be able to make that play years ago. You're not doing it here in big-time college football, though. Not good.
The Tigers have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. Looking to fire. Steps away. Unleashes one. And it'll be incomplete. This defense is physical and pass deep. When you reach this point in the season, these types of games, top 25 matchups, really determine whether you're going to be a contender.
Yeah, and really show what you're going to be the rest of the season. How are you going to finish strong throughout the season? You know, the first part of the season, now getting to the middle of the season, Palmer, getting a chance to show what you're about so you can finish strong.
It's a resume builder, no doubt about it. And really, there's been so much anticipation building up to this top 25 matchup. So which team can control their emotions, I think, goes a long way in who wins this one.
Give to the back. And he'll pick up one. It brings up 2nd and 9.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. Wide receiver going in motion. Looking for space. It's Davidson. And he finds some solid space. Makes a nice game before the defense is able to stop him.
And I like the quarterback making the decision quickly. I'm going to give it. I'm not going to throw the football off the RPO and just let my back get some positive yards. You're getting 5+ yards. That is a great job by the offense. Continue to stick with him.
That'll be enough for the 1st down as they stop him at the 43-yard line.
Really nice job on 3rd down by this offense. This offense has struggled on 3rd downs throughout the season. Not even in the top 50, but you know what? When you make it 3rd and short, when you have the run-pass option and you're not predictable, you can be more successful. So let's see if this offense can continue to put themselves in good positions.
Power football with the run. Now, I know you two never faced off against each other in an actual rivalry game other than the Thanksgiving morning turkey bowl. But knowing you two the way I do and the way you know each other, Jesse, what would you have done to try to throw Pollack off a little bit on a stage like this?
In our opening 10-play script, I would have had David Pollack cut blocked, maybe even double-team high load, chop blocked on every single play early.
Which is illegal, you bum. That's fine. But that's fine. You know what? I guess in retaliation to that, we would have just roughed the passer over and over, taking the 15-yard penalty. That's what's fun about this, Reese. It's petty. It's sometimes it crosses the line of dirty, but that's why rivalries are so fun.
Now the 8th play of the opening drive, but this time facing 3rd and long. He might want another play. Looking to throw, it's Holstein. That's caught. It's Boston. And boy, is he close to that first down, maybe just a couple of inches short.
And I think that completion is as good as a first down, right? Because you set yourself up now in 4th and inches. Quarterback sneak's going to get it done. You can keep this drive alive.
This offense wants to establish an aggressive identity. They'll go for it on 4th down. They'll run the toss. Fighting off the defender. He is guided out of bounds, and they'll mark it at the 28.
Hey, how about it? How about the old toss play, right? QB catches the ball, tosses it to the running back. Listen, it's got to run, and then that offensive line has to do a really good job of getting the edge so he can get north and south. You used to see that play a ton back in the day. You just don't see much of it anymore.
And the Tigers can play this 2nd down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Snap it to the back. Breaks into the open. Got some room into the goal line. And he'll finish the run in the end zone. Touchdown, Tigers.
This offense is so good, and they can hurt you in so many different ways, and they do it so quick, so explosive. They can put small drives together, big drives together. They've really had a great year, and that's why they're a top 10 offense.
And he's got the extra point, and it's 7-0 to start this one. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Here he comes from midway in the end zone. He stopped short of the 20 at the 19 and probably wishes he'd just taken the touchback. Give to the running back from the shotgun. Pass the sticks and still on his feet. He'll get it up to about the 32-yard line before he's stopped, and it'll be 1st down.
Man, this guy is so scary when he has the ball in his hands. He kind of reminds me, he's got a little bit of Leonard Fournette. He's got a little bit of Clyde Edwards-Helaire, you know, just that shake and bake. And when they get in the 2nd level, DBs just don't seem to know how to tackle this guy. You don't want to submarine. He might hurtle over you, but if you don't go in with conviction, and he's got the speed to get outside and take it the distance. This dude just makes your heart stop every time he has the ball.
Continuing to turn and move it forward, and they're closing in on midfield. It's down at the 48. LSU right back to the line. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. At the 35, he's open. Oh, look out on the right. Touchdown, Tigers. And once he got away from the D, they had no shot at catching it. That, his 40th career touchdown run.
This guy's had a lot of success throughout his career, but 40 touchdowns is something that's pretty commendable, David. He continues to challenge himself each and every game and every year to get better.
Yeah, just the consistency has been so impressive. The offense is built around him. Like, he's going to get the football, he's going to be featured, and still finds the end zone week after week.
They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. The give on the inside. Got room at the 35. An explosive play in the running game as he's got the first down. The Tigers just got that huge run. They love another explosive play. They're going to ride this running back. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Great job by the defense. Everybody firing off the ball, hitting their guys, holding their gaps, running to the football, nowhere to go.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. To the air, it's Holstein. He lobs one high down the left side. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch.
And I think on that last play, that's an example of the quarterback trying to predetermine who he wants to throw to, and instead of letting the defense dictate who gets the ball. Man coverage, that guy was not open that time out on the perimeter of the field. Still, he gave him a chance, but that thing had incompletion written all over it from the moment the ball left his hand.
On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Wide open downfield. Across the 25, he's got room. They finally get him on the ground, and this junior turning in a big play after the catch.
And in this offense, you know, as a quarterback, you're going to get opportunities to put up some pretty big numbers. You've been impressed watching this guy play early this year. With that last pass completion, he's now already over 2,000 yards on the season.
This Auburn offense doing work. They're set up with another first down. From the red zone, looking for a receiver. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down. 2nd down coming.
Love the physicality of this secondary on defense. That defender got to the football, was able to separate the receiver from the ball, and did it legally. Beautiful job.
So now it's 2nd and long. From the gun. Give on the inside. He'll be down at the 4-yard line after that terrific run.
Well, he was able to gash him on that play. You just give this guy 1 inch, one little crease. He puts his foot in the ground, and he gets north fast.
Auburn comes to the line with a 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. He steps and powers and works his way. They finally get him down at the 2.
And this offense knew coming into the game, when they get to the red zone, it's going to be tough sledding because it's hard to run, especially against this physical defense. They're one of the top 5 defenses stopping the run. And you know, at this area of the field, it's really tough to throw it. Let's see who the more physical side is.
They've moved it forward to the 2. Now it's 2nd and goal. Back in motion, try to clear the picture. And he is stopped immediately by the big defensive lineman. Auburn lines up quickly. Offense calls a timeout here. Critically important to make sure they have the right play called and everyone on the same page here. They weren't able to move them an inch on 2nd down. Now it's 3rd and goal. Slams it ahead. And he takes it in for a score. Touchdown, Auburn!
You know, this offense knew coming into the season it was so important for this guy to stay healthy. They needed him week in, week out because he plays at such a high level, and he's shown it here. That last carry was his 10th rushing touchdown of the season.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. They put together a 74-yard touchdown drive, and they capped it off with a 1-yard plunge. They're set to kick it off. You think this crowd's going to get loud when their defense comes on the field? He's going to take a chance from midway in his end zone. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. Something together, backed up a bit, starting at their own 13. Out of the gun, the running back has it. And after the stop, that is going to put a bow on this first quarter. How about these two running games so far? Dominance on the ground as we look at the first quarter stats. Period will be a second down. The give to the tailback. Turning it on. And that tackle almost certainly saved a touchdown after he ripped off a huge gain.
What a phenomenal job in the open field, breaking off the long run, and they're not going to just take their time and huddle up to get the next play called. They're right back at the line of scrimmage, going tempo.
Let's talk for a minute about LSU. At this point in the season, you're probably in if the playoff starts today, but it doesn't. A long way to go, and the margins will be extra thin from here on out.
No, because if the season ended today, you're basically right on the cusp outside of the top 5, so you need to keep winning. You need to keep the intensity up, playing with a sense of urgency for the second half of the season, David. I think that's a massive key for this team.
And it's so hard with young kids, 17, 18, 19, 20 years old, to get them to continue to focus on the game in and game out. Not the rankings, not down the road. That'll be the challenge down the stretch.
He's now up to 95 yards on the ground, and that's just another routine day for this guy who's been among the nation's leaders in rushing all season long. Defense holds their ground, pickup of a yard. It's at the 26. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Gonna run it. It's Dupree. Gets it inside the 25, down to the 22-yard line with a pickup of 4. LSU quick to the line. They'll go right back to it. That'll be enough to give them a 1st and goal from the 10.
Well, that's kind of the advantage of 3rd and medium, right? Is the defense, you keep them guessing. You could throw it, you can run it. That time they hand it off, and they pick it up.
And you can see the D drop back a little bit. It creates a little bit of space. The running back blasts through, gets the 1st down.
LSU lining up 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. He's brought down at the 7-yard line, and they are threatening to take it in. Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play. On 3rd and goal, you can't hear yourself thinking here. From the gun, they'll give it on the inside. Bounced off his feet.
2nd quarter might not be gamble time, but inside the 3, Palmer, I've got the green light. I'm going for this.
I am too, and you're essentially running a 2-point play here, right? You've got a play you practice all week long. That's the play you dial up right here.
4th down and goal from the 3. The playbook is pretty much wide open here. Back to throw, it's Underwood. Touchdown, LSU! They get it into the end zone to pay off that opportunity.
And that is a huge touchdown for the offense and also a big momentum shifter in this game, because now if they kick the extra point, they tie this game, anything could happen.
And the extra point was good as they finished the drive. They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Now here comes that Auburn offense onto the field again. These two defenses have had their heads spinning here in the first half, and now we might even see a little more scoring with this drive.
It's going back and forth. This is like two heavyweights just trading blows, David. What does this defense got to do to get a stop here?
I tell you what, man, when you're giving up points like this and you've got no momentum, you got to find somebody that can make a play to create something. And listen, if they're scoring anyways, let's be aggressive. Let's blitz more. Let's make sure we're making them feel discomfort in some way, shape, or form.
Ball's at the 29. Defense can taste getting off the field. It's 3rd and long. Trying to make magic with his feet. And he scoots his way to the first down and then slides to avoid the hit.
Now on the third play of the drive, 3rd down, it's the scrambling ability of this quarterback that goes and picks up the first down. He was so calm back there. He never got flustered. Nobody open, no problem. If you give this guy 1 yard to run, he's going to tuck it and take off, and that's exactly what happened there.
Yeah, and he runs a quick out route, and this is a timing route. Quarterback has to trust him, throw him the football. You can tell they've thrown this a time or two. Nice job, nice success.
Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Motion from the wide receiver. Caught in the backfield, it's Simmons. He's brought down, but he went backwards after that completion, not the way they had it drawn up. Now facing a 3rd and long. Back to throw, it's Holstein. Oh, they're after him. It's incomplete, and this ought to be a boost of confidence for this defense, getting a stop against these guys on 3rd down.
Well, the defense finally has figured it out. That was critical for their confidence because they had been scored on earlier. They'd given up a ton of yards. I think they understood the gravity of the situation. 3rd down, that was critical for them to get off the field, build momentum, build some confidence. Nice job that time by the defense.
They'll get him down at the 21-yard line. The coverage team able to stop him right there. They've got a little time here to put together a productive drive late in the half. On the run, it's Dupree. Stacked up after gaining a couple to the 23.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground, take away that run game, make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
Got 3 on 1st down at 2nd and 7. They'll run it from the gun. Crosses the 35. He's into the open down the middle. Past the 20. And he ran away from the defense to take it in. Touchdown, Bayou.
10 in the country in points per game because they've got a lot of speed and they've got home run hitters. They score fast. They don't need 10 plays to go down the field. You saw it right there. They've recruited well. They've got playmakers. They're going to be a problem for defenses all year long.
And they tacked on the extra point. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. They'll go with a direct snap. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
It's an offense that takes pride in being physical. They try to get it going on the ground, but no gain on that one.
Just nowhere to run, not a lot of wiggle room for the ball carrier.
This defense came in knowing that they had to match their physicality. Let's see if they can keep it up.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. Looking for a man. It's Holstein. He's got it. Out to the 36-yard line after gaining 10 on that one.
Well, the defense did a nice job taking everything away down the field, but once the drag route was caught, they just couldn't rally to the ball carrier in time to make a tackle, and as a result, new set of downs.
And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. Looking for a gap. It's Davidson. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
Defense is about firing off, hitting the offensive guys and staying in your gaps. Everybody knowing where they're supposed to be. You could tell the defense, everyone was right where they're supposed to be, nowhere to run.
Caught over the middle. It's Hamilton. He knew exactly where he wanted to go with that one, and they've got enough for the first down. Clock stops momentarily for the first down. They'll hurry to the line. And this one will be stopped for no gain. Quick tempo, no huddle offense. Second down, clock's running. Wants to go up top. Looking to the big tight end. Catch in the middle, it's Smith. And a big-time grab there. Knocked down immediately, but not before he gets it to the 40. They'll run it from the gun. And I think they'll give him 2 on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
Didn't pick up a lot there. Moved it forward just a few. Timeout called here by the defense. It's their first of the half.
I'll tell you, this slot receiver, he really does give his quarterback a nice option. Runs really good routes. He's got nice hands. You saw it on that last play.
Wants to throw. It's Holstein. Got it in the middle. It's Hamilton. They get him stopped, but the big gain has them on the doorstep. Let's mark it at the 13. Quarterback will keep it. He's brought down at the 7-yard line, and they are threatening to take it in. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Operating in the red zone here on second down. From the gun, the running back has it. He pushes it forward all the way to the 2-yard line. Here's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half.
Yeah, and it's a nice decision by the quarterback when you run these RPOs. Man, if you can give it to him and you can get such positive yards like that, continue to do it. Make that defense react a different way. Then I'll throw the football.
And this offense will have to feel pretty good about itself if it can tie the game before halftime. First and goal. And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Auburn.
Well, that was a huge touchdown late here in the first half for their confidence offensively. They want to be able to keep this thing close, obviously, or take the lead going into the second half. So if they kick the extra point here, you tie it up. But you've also got the option here to be aggressive and try and take the lead with a 2-point conversion. We'll see what they do.
You get that touchdown right before the half, build the momentum, and the last thing you need to do is mess it up by allowing a big kickoff return. And he's not going to take the touchdown. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. So let's see how they play it in this final 30 seconds of the first half. To throw, it's Underwood. He's going for a big play downfield. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for one or two more plays. They'll have just enough time to get one more snap before the half. Couldn't connect on first down. Now back to the air. Under heavy pressure, lets it fly. The offense wastes no time getting the timeout call. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch. One more play before the teams head to the locker rooms. On third down, he drops the throw. Going back to the well, another deep ball. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update. Just about set here in the second half as Auburn about to kick it off. And he's not going to take a knee. Here he comes. He's brought down at the 16. Would have been much better off to take the touchback. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. First drive of the second half, always fun to watch. You see what type of tweaks were made at the half, especially when you're locked up in a ball game like this one.
Yeah, and it's been a good game. I mean, it's been a little bit of back and forth and a feeling out process. And now once you get in the second half, who's going to get aggressive, Palmer? Who's going to take some shots, try to make some plays, and really go for it?
Yeah, it's interesting. I think as play callers right now, you learn a lot about these coaching staffs with respect to who does make the best adjustments. There's a lot of coaches that believe we're just going to be who we are. We're going to keep doing what we do. We're just going to do it better. But then there are others that tweak things a little bit on offense and on defense. We're going to find out here.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough. But how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. The short hands. It's Thompson. Oh, he's got some space. Steps out at the 34-yard line. Big pickup on that one in this offense within striking distance. LSU with the 1st and 10 here. That's caught. It's Thompson. Ripping off a good chunk inside the 25, and they're set up with a 1st down. The Tigers racing to the line in the hurry-up. Grab behind the line. It's Thompson. Not a whole lot of room there. 3 yards maybe. 2nd and 7. Offense, quick tempo. They'll run it from the gun. Not a lot there. Picks up 1 inside the 20 to the 19. 3rd down play in the red zone, and this crowd is at fever pitch. Got it looking for the 1st down. They're able to keep him out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 2 after the big play in the passing game.
Defenses are put in such a tough spot when offenses get in 3rd and short because the whole playbook is open and they go with the pass. I love it. They sneak the pass in there. Nice success. Great job by the quarterback getting rid of the football getting the first down, now set up first and goal.
A first down run on the doorstep. Touchdown, Tigers! And that one will give them the lead. Precision blocking up front created the open lane, and the running back followed it beautifully.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to follow an offensive line that makes those holes and just gives you a caravan all the way to the end zone. What an unbelievable job blocking up front.
Kickoff unit on to protect this lead. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Auburn is ready to go back to work on offense. They're down by a touchdown, but hoping to dial up some plays and pull even in what's turning out to be a really good football game.
Well, they're trying to run the football there, just nowhere to go. They got dominated up front at the point of attack.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. They'll send the back in motion. Outside the pocket, lets it go. Got him downfield. They finally get him on the ground, but he's got an explosive play for the first down.
Well, how about the offense setting that play up? We've seen earlier in the game a couple of shorter throws. They're just trying to suck those safeties closer to the line of scrimmage, anticipating that they would get an opportunity to take a shot. They called the perfect play at the perfect time right there.
And there was no space, nowhere to go. That play went absolutely nowhere.
Sometimes you just need a dude to show up and make a play, and he did.
Sometimes you just need to block that dude, and they didn't.
Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. Back to pass. It's Holstein. That's caught. It's Simmons. There he goes. All the way down to the 25-yard line. They move the sticks. It's first down.
Nice job by the receiver there, running the drag route against zone coverage, finding the soft spot, making it easy on his quarterback to get the completion. He turns it upfield, and he moves the sticks.
Motion from the wideout. Reads it, fires complete. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly, and that's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
2nd down, he'll throw it. Snagged in the middle. It's Boston. They get him down to this offense to set up 1st and goal from the 9.
And when you get zone coverage and you're running curls and the wide receiver sprints off the ball, you know what happens? That DB starts to bail, and that wide receiver comes back, and it's easy pitch and catch for the offense.
They just keep firing. Moving, keeping the eyes downfield. And they'll take this into the end zone, but hang on just a second. Flag down. Let's see what this is about. Now with a 1st and goal, let's see what Auburn's got cooking. On the run, it's Henderson. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
A nice job by the defense. 1st and goal situation, you can expect run a lot of the times. They were physical, got in the backfield, stuffed the run.
Looking to throw, it's Holstein. Fires to the wideout. Working the middle. And he'll be smacked to the ground.
Well, short completion setting up 3rd down now. Who is your best playmaker that you can target in this area of the field?
They worked it down to the 4-yard line, but now it's 3rd and goal. From the gun, wants to pass. guys just score from anywhere out there? After that drive, it sure looks that way.
And that's what separates really good offenses from great offenses. When you're backed up in a bad position and you can still fight your way out and go get you a touchdown, that's a great drive by the offense.
Here he comes from midway in the end zone. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. Good news, I guess. A lot of room to work with as they start this drive from their own 15. Give to the running back. Open space at the 25. Oh, a lot of space. He's at the 40. The 20. 10. Touchdown, LSU. Once he got some room, it was over.
Love the play call offensively. They knew the defense were crowding a lot of bodies close to the line of scrimmage, and once they were able to get into the second level, all they had to do was make one guy miss and get one good angle. And with the speed that ball carrier has, man, that thing was a sure shot touchdown.
And the extra point splits the uprights. They're up 35-28. That one's going to get a little star marked beside it on the play sheet. One play, explosive, touchdown just like that. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Some early movement along the offensive line, and they'll walk it back. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Tight end in motion, see how the D reacts. On the ground, it's Henderson. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
I love when you start bringing linebackers up near the line of scrimmage and you start sending them, because those guys have serious speed. They can come catch anybody up and down the line of scrimmage. The linebacker, you could tell, he had a good clue what was going on. He knew it was a run play, fired, pulled the trigger, came downhill, and attacked the running back.
To the air, it's Holstein. Showing the arm strength down the left side. He got his hands on it, but couldn't hold on to it. What a time that would have been for their first pick of the game.
And sometimes you see great shooters, and they get on fire, and they just can't miss. And that's what this QB looks like the last couple weeks, man. Just completion percentage through the roof, running the offense at an elite level. You can tell in complete control of this offense.
This defense has kept them backed up. Now one more stop, and they can get off the field on 3rd and long. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. He's not afraid to go deep. Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. Nice pickup on the return, but more important, they got the takeaway, and now they're in business.
And that is elite 3rd down defense. First of all, you get him in 3rd and long, and then you look to the go-to guy, Jesse. I am committing my resources to him because I know he's a freak, and I know you as a quarterback, you're trying to find that dude.
Yeah, and it's hard, 3rd in California, to convert that. It doesn't matter how good your receiver is, and this dude's obviously one of the best in the country, but the defense, they were all over it. They were ready for it. They get the big pick.
He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is.
That's just a mental error. On defense, you got to watch the ball. I understand the quarterback shouting and he's clapping and there's all this crowd noise, but you just got to hone in, watch the football before you come out of your stance.
As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. That's reeled in. It's Jacobs. Breaks into the open. They get him down, and that'll be the final play of the third period. Guys, LSU has the lead here. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. Here comes the fourth. Time to see who steps up, who makes the winning plays to take home that W. They go back to work in the final period of this one. Gets the back moving. Looking to pass. It's Underwood. He wants to go deep. Snags it inside the 20. They make the tackle, but he's got a fresh set of downs, and it's first and goal from the 7.
This is a shootout. Both offenses up and down the field. They're generating explosive plays. It feels like which team has the ball last may win, but give the quarterback a lot of credit that time because, again, he saw a beautiful look to take a shot into, and he throws an absolute dime.
They ripped off a huge chunk, and now a little chunk is needed to pay it off. They'll go to the air. Quick screen to the speedster out wide. Touchdown, Tigers! Made the grab and then did the rest himself, and they put points on the board. With that last score, things comfortable here in the fourth as they are headed to a 7-1 record. Now they've got a little breathing room. They are in firm control of this game, guys, but you never want to let up in a rivalry game.
Because it only takes one play. We know how much of a factor momentum can be in these types of rivalry games, David, so this game's still far from over.
And this is where my leadership and my experience comes into play. When you got guys that have been through these fires, been through these rivalry games, you know the swings happen quick. Now you got to swing it back your way.
So here comes the Auburn offense. Things have not gone the way they had planned, but maybe an opportunity to salvage this bumpy ride so far and avoid the upset. Got room to work. Finds that crease, and he's got 4 out to the 29.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
Caught behind the line. It's Davidson. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few.
Well, and here's the problem offensively. Because you're trailing by so much so late in the game, the defense now is going to be playing big zone coverages, and they're going to allow you to throw the ball underneath in the middle of the field, rally to make a tackle, and bleed the clock. It's going to be hard now for this offense to...
Turning it on! Really nice job there by both guys to throw and the catch to work that defense and get the first down.
I'll tell you, you cannot count this team out because of who's playing quarterback. When this guy's in the game, it's never over. Yeah, they're trailing here in the fourth quarter, but this dude can put up points quickly.
Looking downfield, it's Holstein. Got a man. It's Hamilton. Gets it all the way down to the 39-yard line. It'll be a first down.
And this offense is going to have to be aggressive, right? Down a couple possessions. Got to continue to get these first downs. Move quick. Don't be in a hurry, but they've got to keep the accelerator down because they need some explosive plays.
And the throw out to the sideline. Good for a few. He stopped just a chain link or 2 away from the first down and sets them up beautifully here. And the Tigers come to the line. This situation, you might see a shot play. They'll go up top on 2nd and short. Grab near the sticks. It's Boston. Rustled out of bounds at the 12, and another productive play on this drive. Here comes Auburn to the line on 1st and 10. Henderson. That completion takes them down to the 7-yard line, and they are ready to strike.
Listen, running backs are not just running backs anymore. You're going to be a wide receiver in today's football, and a great job sneaking out of the backfield, getting them the football, letting them get some positive yards.
He's got it. Good throw and catch. Takes it down to the 5 as the offense tries to cash in.
And you've seen the evolution of these slot receivers. They're just matchup nightmares. They're hard to get your hand on. A lot of times they're off the football. You can't jam them. These guys are so productive, and offenses really feature their best players most time in those slot positions.
They'll get him stopped just short of the end zone, but they're in business here with a first down. Oh, he didn't spike it. He's going to throw. And he is snowed under. Sacked at the 7.
And that is not ideal. First and goal, obviously, to take a big sack. But when you're in this area and you create a little bit more space, now I have more opportunity to throw the football, spread you out, maybe even quarterback run game, too. Gives me a little bit more space to maybe do some damage on these next couple plays.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Going for the goal line. Touchdown, Tigers. And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. Well, we wondered exactly where the momentum was, and it looks as if Uncle Mo might have switched sidelines and switched families.
And momentum is such a big thing. It's such a real part of college football, isn't it? You can just feel that right now. Just felt a few minutes ago like this game was over, and all of a sudden, this team, they're believing in themselves. They've got some wind. They've got some hope. Their defense now needs to get the football back and keep that momentum going.
They're ready to kick it away, and this crowd is buzzing after that last score. He's going to take a chance from midway in his end zone. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. They had to stand by and watch that scoring march, and now it's up to them to find a way to answer it. Get some work done there. Pick up a 4 to the 22.
Well, at this point of the game, with the lead in the 4th quarter, deep in their own end, they're going to want to run the football, no doubt. The defense knows that, and they're going to be trying to rip it out, seeing if they can get a takeaway to set up their offense in great field position. So ball security right here has got to be big.
The clock winds down to the 2-minute timeout, and this offense will try to drain away the time and secure the victory. They're in control. The clock is their friend. You'd have to expect another run here on 2nd and 6. And the defense stops him just short of the first down. Maybe needed a few more chain links to move the sticks.
Big 3rd down for this defense. Listen, you've got to get the ball back. You know what they're doing. They're trying to run the football, but we need the clock to be on our side so our offense has some time. Got to make a stand right here on 3rd down.
They'll try to pick it up on the ground. Really good job to pick up a chunk of yardage and get it out to the 39-yard line.
Well, as a defense, you know this is going to be a challenge every time you face this offense. They're one of the 25 best in the nation at getting first downs because they can pick them up in a variety of ways, including running the football. You have got to be physical when facing off against this offense.
Toss sweep to the left. Snuffed out behind the line of scrimmage, and we have not seen much of that. What a day he's had so far.
That's how you come up and make plays as a defense, man. Playing physical, playing downhill. They've given up some plays today, man. He's got over 100 yards on the day. He's really had some success on that play. Really downhill, really physical, and a nice job getting him to the ground.
And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. They'll call timeout with 9 seconds left on the clock. defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. These fans stepping up to help this defense on third down. Looking downfield, it's Underwood. The pass is incomplete, and the clock will stop with 5 seconds left. They'll get the timeout with 5 seconds remaining to play.
That's why it's so important for this defense to win first and second down. You set up third and longs like that, you can show your exotic looks, you can get the pass rush going, everybody on the back end expecting throw, and that's how you force incompletions and force fourth downs.
They have the lead in a one-possession game, but they're thinking deliver the knockout blow, but this carries big-time risk on fourth down. He's going to fire deep. One last incompletion, and that'll do it. How much fun was that? I mean, you just dream of having games like that every time you go into the booth. I'll watch those two teams play anytime.
Yeah, that's what's fun about good teams. Really good teams squaring off. Like, there wasn't a lot.